And now it's time for our list of the top 6 worst holiday TV specials. Holiday specials are as ubiquitous every year as tinsel, tracking Amazon packages, and avoiding eye contact with the Salvation Army guy. But for every Charlie Brown or Emmett Otter's Christmas, there are dozens of shows that miss the mark. Here are our picks for the 6 absolute worst. At number 6, it's Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey. Nestor the Long-Eared Donkey is just what it sounds like. A cheap attempt to replicate the success of Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, only without the famously inspiring hit song, or any shred of charm, genuine emotion, good writing, or entertainment value. And the fact that they try to wrap it in the big floppy ears of Christian fundamentalism makes it all the more crass and un-Christmas-like. There's a reason none of the other donkeys let you play in their donkey games, Nestor. It's because you suck and your ears look better on Dumbo. Horrible holiday special number 5 is 1990's Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Leave it to television executives to take a perfectly morbid tale of holiday manslaughter and to try to slap it with a happy ending and a kidnapping amnesia plot so complicated it'd make the Days of Our Lives writers blush. Combine that with some of the cheapest animation this side of Deputy Dog and one bafflingly oversexed redhead, and you've got the makings of a true holiday turkey. Coming in at number 4, it's Casper's First Christmas. No one would ever accuse Hanna-Barbera of being too artistically ambitious, but there's so little thought given to the plot of 1979's Casper's First Christmas that it makes your average episode of Magilla Gorilla look like Breaking Bad. Basically just an excuse to force the Yogi Berra characters to cross over with the then-current Casper the Friendly Ghost Saturday morning cartoon series. The show haphazardly mixed haunted houses, Dickensian lessons, and half the plot of A Very Brady Christmas in a hodgepodge of cross-promotion that ultimately feels emptier than a naughty kid's stocking on Christmas morning. Coming in at number 3 is the truly horrific Christmas Comes to Pac-Land. You've actually got to give the creators of Christmas Comes to Pac-Land some credit for not faking the pretense of making the show about peace on earth or the spirit of giving, and just cutting to the chase and making it about getting video games into the hands of hypnotized child consumers. The Pac-Man Saturday morning TV show itself was a not-so-thinly veiled half-hour weekly infomercial for the family of Pac-Man games and merchandise, and Hanna-Barbera doubled down for the show's holiday primetime network debut and produced a show in which the entire plot hinged on getting an injured Santa sleigh full of consumer goods to all the expectant little girls and boys by Christmas morning, lest they start rioting in the streets over having to settle for spending Christmas enjoying time with their families. Also, there were ghosts, and Miss Pac-Man gets to stay home and take care of an injured Santa. At number 2, A Very Brady Christmas. Riding high on the seemingly never-ending wave of late 80s Brady nostalgia, A Very Brady Christmas was an attempt to give the franchise more emotional depth and a more modern, 30-something dramatic aesthetic, and it did not work at all. Giving us a Brady clan in the throes of marital woes, career angst, and existential crises was about as effective as a Scooby-Doo reunion where Velma's struggling with a go-nowhere job and Shaggy strung out on heroin. What made matters worse was trying to tie it all into a wonderful life-inspired lesson about life, death, and remembering how good you really have it by trapping Mr. Brady in a third-act Christmas Eve construction site collapse. In the end, the only lesson truly worth learning was that the Brady Bunch should never, ever be allowed to grow up. And at the top of our terrible, terrible holiday specials list, no surprise, at number 1 is the Star Wars Holiday Special. When I first said the words top 6 worst holiday specials, I'm certain that 90% of our listening audience likely thought Star Wars Holiday Special, and rightly so. It is the low bar under which all things horrible stoop to limbo. A nearly indescribable montage of weird 70s celebrity cameos, seemingly written by a team of people who hadn't seen the script for the other parts of the special, and oddly disjointed Star Wars content. The show featured long sequences of Wookiees arguing without subtitles, a random video by Jefferson Starship, cooking lessons from Harvey Korman, and the morbidly fascinating sight of Carrie Fisher apparently enduring the discomfort of her contractually obligated appearance with enough quaaludes to choke Jordan Belfort. Despite featuring the first appearance of Boba Fett in the Star Wars universe and a genuinely funny turn by B. Arthur as a sassy cantina manager, the Star Wars Christmas special has earned every parsec of maligning that it's gotten for a long, long time in galaxies both near and far, far away. And that's our list of the top 6 worst holiday specials of all time.